But for me, like I was saying, for me, any player can get dropped, but the player that comes in has to be an improvement.
They both look shaky, and it's weird because last season it was a position of strength goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But who do you think Mikel Arteta will go with, and who would you like?
Ramsdale was in team of the season last year. One of the best keepers in the Premier League. And you've replaced him with a guy that at the moment, he doesn't look better than him.
You could put Havertz or Jorginho. Hi, welcome along to AFTV. We are going to take a look at what we think the 11 will be for the game Aston Villa versus the Arsenal. And joining me to discuss it is my man Curtis in the building. Curtis, first of all, great to see you the other night at the Luton game.
Yeah.
How are your limbs?
Oh man, I'm all right now. I'm recovered, man. But what about the fanfare? Everyone outside is like,
oh yeah. That is crazy, man. It's absolute scenes, man. And
yeah.
That was such an important win for Arsenal. I mean, when you look at the results that have gone after that, it makes you realise that dropping 3 points there would have been a big disaster. Well, not disastrous because we're still early in the season, but would have been a big blow to Arsenal.
Yeah.
But instead, they got the 3 points, lots of positivity around it, and now they face this really, really tough assignment away at Aston Villa.
Yeah, I mean, if we'd have dropped points at Luton, I think people would have been saying, look, you can't concede 3 goals there and drop points, but you score a last-minute winner. Changes the whole feeling around the place, don't it? And then you watch Man City drop points as well, so you realise how big of a result that was. But we've got to follow it up with another one.
Well, now we've got to face the same team that took the points off Man City. The team that we were supporting. Go on, Villa, go and get in it. And now all of a sudden it's like, Villa, no, behave yourself. I mean, they are a good side.
Yeah,
they're a good side, and this starting 11 is going to be very, very important. Now, remember, to do your starting 11, all you've got to do is download the app, AFTV Plus, and you can get and do your own starting 11, like what I'm doing here. You can see at the moment, I haven't put any players on it yet. Build your 11 and send it into us here on AFTV, and we will put the best ones up on our social media. So we'd love to see what your starting 11 for the game will be. But what we're going to do on this show is we're going to take a look at what we feel Mikel Arteta will go with, and we'll also be making suggestions on what we think should be the 11. So let's start with the goalkeeper. Now, the other night, David Raya made 2 horrendous mistakes in that game. The first one for the second goal, I don't know why he didn't come and punch it. He tried to come and claim it. The Luton player just jumped above him, scored. The second one, Ross Barkley beats him with a shot that goes underneath his body. That for a top quality goalkeeper, you've got to save that.
Yeah.
But then, do you change it? Do you bring in Aaron Ramsdale, who looked, when he came in, he looked shaky as well in that game against Brentford? Could quite easily have, suffered a loss or a draw in that one had he not been bailed out by Declan Rice. The fact of the matter is both keepers at the moment look shaky.
Yeah.
They both look shaky, and it's weird because last season it was a position of strength goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But who do you think Mikel Arteta will go with, and who would you like?
No, I think Arteta will definitely stick with David Raya. He went out on a limb to get him. He's made such a big deal out of bringing him in, getting him on loan. He's worked out a good deal. We're finding out that it's going to be made permanent in the summer. Even in the interview after the game, he very much protected him and said it was about the team.
You'd expect him to do that.
He's got to do that as a manager. You want him to do that. But for me, like I was saying, any player can get dropped, but the player that comes in has to be an improvement. We were speaking off camera there. Ramsdale was in team of the season last year. One of the best keepers in the Premier League. And you've replaced him with a guy that at the moment, he doesn't look better than him. Yeah, he might have great distribution with the ball at his feet, but the first job of a goalkeeper, keep the ball out of the net. He's conceded. Them 2 goals the other night were horrendous. So bad, He loses the header to the striker. He should have caught it or punched it, like you said. And Barkley's shot goes under him. So he's going to play Raya, in my opinion, but for me, 100% I would be playing Ramsdale.
Yeah, I've said this on several shows now. I'd go Aaron Ramsdale. I wouldn't just go Aaron Ramsdale for this game. I'd be going, Aaron, you're until the end of Christmas.
Yeah.
You're in, because I feel like you just put a player in for one game. It's going to be, Ramsdale comes in for a one-off game. He's going to be mad nervous, like when he was against Bournemouth. He's going to be like, oh my God, I don't want to make a mistake, jeopardise me losing this place. I think with a goalkeeper, you need to have someone who's the number one.
Yeah.
So you say to Ramsdale, you say, right, David, take a little chill out, man. A couple of little months, because remember, he's not just that game.
There's a few others,
and they've all been away games as well, like the Chelsea game, and let's be real. Villa had 22 shots on Man City. You're gonna forget about all the passing out and that. You're gonna have a lot of shots to face. And so I'd be saying to him, take a chill out, and I'd be saying, Aaron, you're in for the next 5 games.
I think
you're in for Villa, you're in for Brighton, you're in for Liverpool, you're in for Fulham. That's a lot, 4 games, isn't it? That's the next 4 games till the end of the year. Then we'll reassess it again. That's how I'd be looking on it. But I do think you're right. It will be Raya in goal. So we're going to put David Raya because we think that's what the manager will go with. But we both would like to see Aaron Ramsdale. Right back.
Ben White. It's a shame because Tomiyasu's been brilliant the last few weeks. Great options to have, but obviously could be out till January, February now with the injury in the Asia
The only
Cup.
thing with him, he's always injured, isn't he?
It's always the cough.
It's always injured.
The cough.
I personally think that had he have been fit, I still think Ben White would have started.
And you move it.
I think Tomiyasu would have started on the left-hand side. I think when it comes to that left-hand side, I think when we go away from home, Mikel Arteta wants a bit more steel in there, and I think he would have, Timber would have been that person if he had been fit. Tomiyasu, he's not fit. So we'll get to the left-back position and see who we put in a minute. But listen, I think centre-halves, we all know, that bar any injury, is Saliba and Gabriel. And how good have they been this season?
When you think what we've suffered over the years as Arsenal fans, like I don't want to go through the names too much, but you know what I mean? We've had some calamities at centre-back over the years. It's so nice that every week you're just like, Gabriel, Saliba. These two, they complement each other so well as well. Saliba's the Rolls Royce, Gabriel's like the Urus, more aggressive. Just a brilliant partnership. You just got to hope those two can stay fit. That's the issue.
What I was just thinking about the other day, right? You say that, it's automatic, Saliba, Gabriel, Urus and stuff like that. Start of the season, he weren't starting, remember? It's weird.
It's crazy. They were talking about him leaving. You know what I mean?
Start of the season, remember, he was not starting his games.
I think sometimes these managers, they're almost so smart, they're crazy. You know what I mean? They do crazy, Partey right back, Gabriel on the bench. You're like, what the hell's going on? But at least he got back to where he needed to be.
Right, left back. Now, in the game against Luton, he went for Jakub Kiwior. And then later on, when we were needing a goal, he brought on Zinchenko. He did well when he come on Zinchenko. Who do you think because obviously he can't go, as I said, I think he would have went Tomiyasu.
Yeah, I agree.
Who do you think he'll go with? Kiwior or Zinchenko in this game? Remembering who we're up against. Aston Villa, very attacking, great down the flanks. Whether it be Leon Bailey, whether it be Diaby, Watkins drifts out there as well. Important position, those flanks.
It's got to be Zinchenko. And I know people have concerns about him because defensively he has come into question a little bit, but Kiwior, for me, doesn't even look like a left-back when he plays there. I know Pep, again, now likes playing centre-backs at left-back like Ake and stuff, Vardio, but Kiwior didn't look comfortable out there, and I think you look at Bailey and Diaby, I think they would cause him a lot of trouble. So I play Zinchenko, he gives us that quality on the ball as well.
Yeah, I think it has to be Zinchenko. Although defensive-wise, he's going to have to be on it. The game against Wolves the other day, I thought he was very poor defensively. Lots of lapses in concentration, but he is an experienced player. But I do feel, Kiwior I don't like at left back.
No.
He just does not. He's a centre back, and that's it.
Definitely.
Listen, I think we won't waste time. We know this.
Just get him in there.
Declan Rice is going to be. Actually, midfield combination. Right. So, all right. Let's see what you think Arteta will go for in the midfield.
It's interesting. Odegaard will be in there, but it's interesting.
Right, so who's the other person going to be?
Well, we were saying last year, we kind of, Jorginho was in there as well. He kind of played that double pivot. Does he go Jorginho? But I just think because of the big money signing, he's starting to hit some form. I just think he'll go with Havertz again.
It's an interesting one.
Could go Jorginho.
Could also go Trossard, of course, who he's been playing in there. Somehow I don't think he'll go Trossard. I think Jorginho might not be a bad shout for this game. Remember, number one, he'll feel good about the place because he scored that great goal last year there.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it was an own goal because it came off the back of Emi Martinez, but it was a great strike.
Yeah.
So there's that. I think Jorginho, when he's come in through Arsenal this season, I think he's been excellent. The only game was that Tottenham game when he first.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I think he's been really, really good. Is this a game for that double pivot?
Possibly.
Or do we go on the front foot? I mean, like you said, Havertz, again, I thought he had a very good game against Luton, scored a goal, was holding up the ball well, was joining in the attacks, was helping out in defence and matches up into physicality, something I didn't think I'd be saying about Havertz.
Not at all.
But I've noticed in the last few games with him, doing the physical side well, even up against Newcastle. All right, maybe some people said he went slightly over the top.
Yeah.
But he was ready for the physical battle, which was something that I never thought Havertz really had in him. So
I would go Havertz because I like us being on the front foot. And I do think, I want to try and see us beat Villa rather than just thinking about containing them. I think with Zinchenko being there, he can step into midfield, then you can push Havertz forward when we attack. I know it's an attacking style, but I just think he costs 65 million, is in his best little sequence of form at the moment. Taking him out, I think, would be a bit disappointing. I'd leave him in there and have Rice.
Didn't actually start in the game against Wolves.
No.
But I think that's because he was being held back for the Luton game.
Yeah.
Because of his physicality, because of his height. I agree with you. I think Havertz starts this game for me.
Yeah.
Jorginho, as I said, I think he's done well since he's come in, but Havertz, I think we all know that barring any illness, it's Saka. Well, you say that. Well, I think Saka and Jesus, we definitely know. Would you start the game with Martinelli or do you go with Trossard?
I'm going Martinelli because the one thing I felt yesterday and was watching the City game was I felt pace could have hurt Villa a little bit. They got hurt by Liverpool at Anfield with their pace out wide, and I think we have got a lot of that. Martinelli, I think he was saying it was only his second goal of the season. I think it was the Man City goal and then that one. So
big goals.
Big goals, man. So Martinelli scored against Luton. I think, I would go with him. I think Trossard seems to have a bigger impact off the bench sometimes, which is a shame for him. But I just think that front three, because of the pace, it puts them on the back foot a little bit and we can hit them on the break. Yeah. He also scored at Villa Park last year when he came on, and that one where he was running through and he put his arms out. So that's the
it's funny because it was a strange thing about City is they lacked pace out wide.
Yeah.
They normally, that's one of their strengths. Yeah. But they have no Doku, they didn't have any Grealish. I think that is an area where we can hurt them. That front three, we can get the ball up to those front three. They are dangerous players now, especially Jesus. He's on fire at the moment.
He's on fire.
Whether it be scoring goals or scoring assists or creating assists. So that's the lineup. So let's just take a little run through it. You can see it up on the screen there. And as I said, you can tell us what you would like the lineup to be and send it into us at AFTV. Download the app AFTV Plus. But let me just run you through. This is the lineup that we think will start the game. It will be Raya in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, and Oleg Zinchenko. A midfield of Declan Rice, Kai Havertz, and Martin Odegaard, who was good against Luton the other night. And up front, Saka, Jesus, and Gabriel Martinelli. That is a very, very strong side indeed. I guess you can say we would have loved to have seen Tomiyasu in the team. But listen, that's still a very, very strong 11. There's not loads and loads of injuries. It's going to be a great game because they got a good side as well. We saw what they did to Man City, but this is a chance for Arsenal to really make a statement, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, if we can go there and win, I think we're letting people know we're serious. Away from home, I think we're actually the last team to beat Aston Villa at their ground. So
last team to beat them when we beat them in that game.
Yeah. Listen, I've got a confidence that we're going to hurt them. I think that game against City took a lot out of Villa. That ain't just going to be, it will take them a few days to recover, and I think we can hurt them with our pace out wide, and I think we can beat them.
Yep. Well, listen, we'll find out on Saturday. Don't forget to check out all of our great content that we're going to have in and around the game, our watch along. We'll be doing, of course, the starting 11. You'll be able to find out what it is. So make sure you tune into that. It's a 5:30 kickoff, so that'll be roughly around 4 o'clock. No, roughly around 3:30, so tune into the show. Also, we'll be doing our watch along, and then afterwards, we've got our full-time show. Your chance to give us a call and come into the show live in video and let us know what you thought of the performance, almost like your own fan cam. And of course, I'll be at the game speaking to fans, so make sure you check it out. Curtis, thank you very much. Tell everybody where they can catch you as well.
Curtis Shaw TV. I'm there daily, man.
He's there he's daily now.
Daily, bro.
Daily.
I'll step up the work rate.
All day, every day.
Every day.
Right, check him out, right? Thanks very much for watching. Subscribe here, and we'll catch you on the next one.